Hey everyone, are you ready to be fired up? Because I sure am. I've got a top producer with me, Debbie Pellum. She's in Fresno, Clovis, California, and she's going to be telling you all of her secret sauce and what's been making her successful. So if you want to know her secrets, then sit back and let's get ready to be fired up. Hey Debbie, how are you? Welcome. Thanks for being on the podcast.
Hi.
You look beautiful as always. Oh my gosh, you've lost so much weight.
Yes. I was determined not to let COVID get the best of me.
And it hasn't. So tell us a little bit about yourself. So how long have you been in the industry? And let us know what you're doing right now that's working. I'll just keep asking questions.
Okay. This month actually is my 6th year in business. On the 15th actually was when I got my license. And I started out in Southern California. In the Inland Empire area, and then about a little over 4 years ago moved to Fresno and Clovis. So I've been here and calling Fresno home for the last about 4.5 years.
4.5 years. Okay. And so, real estate, you've seen all kinds of markets. You've seen the market crash. You've seen the market go high. Now we're in a crazy seller's market with zero inventory. How are you surviving?
Well, I definitely am trying to stay more focused and trying to be consistent in the things that I do. And that's something that I've learned actually from you, is the consistency in your marketing and just genuinely helping other people, whether you get anything out of it or not, that doesn't matter. I mean, ultimately, yes, this is how I support myself, but I just love helping people and seeing the looks on their face when they get the keys to their new house.
Oh, good. So I know you told us some stories recently how, there was an incident that happened and you did something and, it ended up turning into a sale, and how you were really surprised that it even was a sale because that wasn't your intention. So it's kind of the serve, don't sell mentality. Talk to us a little bit about your production level and what you've seen happen in your business over the first of all, how long have you been in the program?
I've been in your program since August of 2019. So it was just about 6 months before COVID hit.
Oh, wow. Right before COVID hit. Okay. And what's happened to your business during COVID?
So one thing that I kind of took my time, I'll say, getting into the program. It was a lot to do. And at the time I was a full-time transaction coordinator for top producers at my brokerage. And so that was something I was doing 60 hours a week.
Wow.
And I was basically on call 24/7. And that was something that I just provided to the agents that I worked with, because they were also my friends, and I wanted to help them. And so I sat back one day and I thought, you know what? If I'm willing to put 60 hours a week into somebody else's business, why am I not willing to do that for my own?
Yeah.
And so that's what got me to join your program. I mean, basically I made the phone call and I was like, how do I do it? How do I sign up? And so, got into the program, got very overwhelmed. I mean, that's almost unavoidable because you provide so much information and it's all so awesome and you want to just get going, but there's an order and there's a process. And so I was trying to wrap my head around all of that, plus try to wean off some of my other work that I was doing that wasn't for my business. And so when COVID hit, that's when I was like, okay, this is when I really need to be online, because who knows what we're going to be able to do in person anymore. So that's when I really kicked it into gear. And a few things happened personally that kind of sidetracked me along the way. But starting in about January of this year, I have been consistently doing your marketing campaigns every month. In fact, I need to look at the May ones. But consistently doing a couple of videos every month, plus additional stuff. And my business is booming right now. I've never had this much business for me.
Especially during COVID. So you're doing more than a couple of videos a month, right? Or
I'm doing 8 to 9 videos a month.
Okay, you said a couple a month, and you meant a couple a week. So you're doing 8 to 9 videos a month. All right. So, so you're busier than you've ever been. Equate that, and it doesn't make a difference. I mean, you're saying it's busiest you've ever been. Put that into numbers for us.
So it's hard to really gauge it because I was a full-time TC for so long. So I did 4 or 5 transactions a year, and I've got about 4 that I'm getting ready to enter into like within the next couple of days. I have one in escrow now. I have a buyer that I've been working with. They're a family and they are so sweet. I just adore them. And then as I was showing them properties, found out they needed to list their home as well. And being that I'm a senior real estate specialist, that like sealed the deal because they're an elderly couple and they are the sweetest couple ever. So I'm waiting right now for the answer on whether or not their offer was accepted. And so got 2 other buyers that I'm really, really close to getting into escrow with as well. So I've personally never had this much business. I've managed 20 to 25 escrows, but never of my own.
So you are doing more business right now this month than you're used to doing all year.
Yes.
That's good. So tell me, what do you attest? Like, what are you doing exactly? Tell me what you're doing that's working. What are you seeing the most success in? And talk to us about the process and how you managed to do that.
So the biggest thing I've noticed is my mindset. And a lot of people may discount, how you think about things, but it truly is so imperative to have the right mindset and to be positive and to have, like you've taught us, a mindset of abundance and to be able to serve people and not just sell and not have, that, oh, I just want to list your house. Truly care about the people that you're representing and who you're servicing and provide them the service that they deserve, that you would want to receive also. It's that whole do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And I really try to live by that.
Yes, serve, don't sell. And ultimately you will sell. So it's going to be people before things, and the things will actually come. We can't put the money first. I could not agree with you more. Okay, so you have the servant mindset. Tell us the specific tactics that you're doing right now in your business that you're seeing working for you more than anything.
Okay, so I'm doing your program. So I'm doing the monthly marketing campaigns, which is about 2 videos a week on social media, and I am following it to a T. And then I'm also reaching out to my database and just doing the 10 video text messages. I don't always get to 10 every day, and follow-up is like the hardest thing for me. But it's something that I'm working on and I'm getting better at. And so making sure that I follow up and really just provide valuable information.
Good. So on those videos, and of course I know, but tell our audience, like, what are those videos doing? How are you distributing them? Like, how does that work and look? And what kind of feedback are you getting from distributing the videos correctly?
I've got one girlfriend of mine. She's like, I see your commercials all the time. And I'm like, commercials? Okay.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So the series that we've been doing the last few months is really focusing on sellers because of our inventory being so low. And you have such a pulse on the market. And like I will always say, when COVID hit, you were right on it. We had scripts, we had things that we were to do, to benefit our business. And you were all over it. And I mean, it was like, all I had to do is sit back and go, okay, Krista's got that done. But so I post to Facebook, Instagram. I have a YouTube channel, and I have a blog on my website. So between the 4 of those platforms, and LinkedIn, I'm posting my videos. I'm getting some wonderful feedback from a lot of colleagues, even like, how did you do that? You're so good. You're giving such relevant, good information. And I'm like, well, it's what I do.
You're like, I'm so smart.
I'm not just a pretty face and blonde hair.
I know. Are you looking to transform your business? Well, if the answer is yes, then you don't want to miss out on our intensive event starting soon for only $97. This event is jam-packed, full days of live coaching with me. We have breakout sessions to customize and implement our daily trainings so that you can actually utilize them into your business. We're going to give you the training to craft your personal strategy to convert your leads into long-term clients. So let's go. What are you waiting for? Register now. Can't wait to see you there, and let's transform your business. Okay, so you're creating content. The past 4 or 5 months, it's been seller content. You're taking it, you're creating ads on Facebook. What kind of reach are you getting? How many people are watching your videos? Tell us a little bit about your stats.
Tens of thousands of reach. Well, reach more than that, but like on stuff that's more traffic and video views, I'm getting tens of thousands of people looking at it. The click-throughs, I've had somebody call me and I asked them, I said, how did you get a hold of me? And they said, oh, I just Googled you and you came up in the Google search. And I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah, you're coming up in the Google search because you're creating video content, and Google loves to promote video, which is great. Okay, good. So, when you first started creating content, like many people are they're afraid of video and they're afraid of doing it. Can you talk about how you felt when you first started and how you've overcome utilizing video, and like how you feel video is giving you an advantage or a disadvantage?
I was extremely nervous about video, extremely nervous, because believe it or not, I'm kind of shy at first. But once you get to know me, I open up. So to be on camera and the multitasking of trying to make sure that you speak in an articulate manner and that you don't fumble on your words and that you look okay, and you don't have one piece of hair covering your mouth or whatever. I mean, all that stuff happens, or you got lipstick on your tooth, or, something always happens, right? And like you tell us, be perfectly imperfect, and done is better than perfect. So there's been a few that I've let a few mistakes go by, but I will retake the video until it's to my set, because I'm a Virgo, I'm a perfectionist. I can't help it.
You're still getting them done and doing so good.
Yeah, and I've gotten to the point where there's been quite a few videos that first take, but so you do a setup process, and then I usually read through the scripts before I actually shoot the video. So I'm familiar with what I'm getting ready to say, where to pause, where to accentuate on things, when to go like this, or whatever you need to do. So that the first time around, I can get it one and done. And it happens
so much to do that. Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good. So so your community is noticing you, you're getting, tens of thousands of views, and you're busier than you've ever been. So I feel like the video is definitely helping you, and obviously properly distributing it so it's actually being seen by people.
Mm-hmm.
Any other strategies or tactics you'd like to talk about that you've seen to be helpful in your business?
I really think mindset and being positive and having a servant mentality is really the biggest thing. People are skeptical these days because it just seems like there's a certain level of dishonesty that unfortunately is in our society. And so it's nice to be around someone who's pleasant, who's honest, and even delivering news that may not be the greatest. Just the way you present things matters. How you say things matters. You can still present news that may be challenging, but do it in a positive light. And I really try to do that.
And especially if you have developed the relationship beforehand and the trust, it makes it so much easier. Okay, right. Debbie, I always end every podcast like this. If there's one piece of content that you absolutely had to tell people, or whether it was business or personal, to improve their life, what would that be?
Oh my gosh. Consistency. If you're going to do something, be consistent. Because if you just do one or two things here and there, it's not going to have the impact as if you were doing it all the time. So if you set a goal to every Wednesday do something, do it every Wednesday. People are, whether you believe it or not or realize it or not, they're counting on it sometimes. So I think consistency is huge in this industry. And then also being positive.
That's such a great thing, though. Consistency. And here's the deal. You need to be consistent with yourself, right? Yourself knows you're counting on it. And the more that you start to continue to not let yourself down, and you're honest with yourself, and you keep your commitments to yourself, the more you'll see your business expand, because you believe in yourself. So I know that you just joined. So Debbie just joined our organization with EXP, and we could not be more thrilled about that. So Debbie, tell me a little bit about your experience with EXP. I know that you did not want to leave your broker, and you were just like, I'm never leaving my broker. How do you feel about EXP? What made you move to EXP? And now that you're in our organization, talk to me about your experience with that.
Well, I was in love with my broker. I mean, the broker and the owner of the company were wonderful, and it was nothing personal. It was strictly business. And to stay connected with you. I was already in your coaching program for a while. To stay connected with you and be part of your organization was like huge. And then with the skill set that I have 5 ways of making money in EXP that I know of so far. And so I'm taking advantage of all of that. I'm a certified mentor with EXP. I've only been there for, this week was about 2 months. So I'm a certified mentor. I'm a transaction coordinator. I'm an awesome sales agent. And I attract wonderful agents to my organization. And then there's the stock. And so I've got 5 ways of making money. And I thought, okay, that's a no-brainer. And you should always have multiple streams of income. So that was really the clincher for me, and being able to provide myself with a financial future.
So true. So many people are worried about EXP because they don't have the actual physical office to go into, and they're afraid they won't find the support. Can you talk a little bit about the support, and how do you feel about that? Were you worried about that too? Is that a concern for you?
Not at all.
It wasn't?
Not at all. No,
Wow, I think it is for most people.
It wasn't for me because of Kim, who sponsored me. We're related. And then knowing that I was under you, I knew that both of you had me under your wings, and I knew I was going to be well taken care of. And then meeting Jesse and the other people on your team. And I mean, there's something to listen to, learn from, hear every day, several times a day, just within your organization, let alone EXP's training. And so there's so much that you can absorb if you're willing. And that's the part, is you have to be willing to learn and be open-minded. Like you always say to us, be open-minded to what the possibilities are. Yeah. And make those possibilities happen for you. That's why I have 5 streams of income.
And you absolutely have, which is what I love. So you feel supported, you're happy, no regrets.
None whatsoever.
Okay, well, everyone, if you want to reach out to Debbie and find out about EXP through her, reach out, and she can talk to you about her experience, and you can tell she has total conviction. Debbie, thank you again. You were amazing, and love you.
I love you too.
Bye, everybody. Hey there, I have a brand new podcast called Fired Up with Krista Mashore, where I bring my high energy right to your ears. This podcast is available on all your favorite podcast platforms. So do me a favor, go subscribe and leave a review. All this information is free, and I cannot wait to teach you everything I know. Thanks so much for watching my video. You can learn more about how to be a successful real estate professional by watching other videos that I have. And be sure to subscribe to my channel. And as always, make it a great home selling and buying day.